I'm just going to run through what we do for clients who are Americans living abroad. So we do have a free ebook for expat finances, and we do give some webinars, free webinars. So check out our website. You can see what the webinar schedule is, and feel free to download the ebook. It's at aiofinancial.com/resources. There's a lot of Americans living abroad. Mexico, Europe, well, Canada, Europe are big destinations. There's a lot of reasons why people live abroad. We have a lot of clients with various reasons. Some of the biggest ones are cost of living, healthcare costs, climate, just quality of life. The big issues we deal with clients around are taxes, cost of living, retirement planning issues, money transfers. Estate planning is another one that we deal with quite a bit. As far as taxes, there's a lot of different issues. I just wanted to touch on some of the issues to be aware of. Selecting what U.S. state to be a resident of, making sure Roth distributions are done before you move, if you're permanently moving, depending on where you're moving, because they may be taxed, how gifts, inheritance are dealt with, net worth taxes. Some of the tax issues could even drive where you decide to retire, because it could be a cost that, depending on your situation, you might not want to pay. Yeah, we look at the US taxes, we look at your foreign taxes and how to minimize the higher of the two, because if there's a tax agreement, you're not double taxed. You just want to make sure you're reporting if you have accounts with over 10,000. Cost of living, this is an issue. I think it's good to be prepared, especially because this is a big driver for many people of why they want to retire early. Could be a reason. Just be aware what your expenses will be over there. It's easy to spend like you're on a long vacation and spending not like a local, and expenses would be a lot higher than it is for locals. Yeah, just different areas to consider. Your housing is the big one. If you have kids, it could be education, schooling, transportation. Currency stability is something to factor in. Unexpected for sure. Money transfers, this is a big one. If you're earning pensions or Social Security in dollars in the US, you don't want to spend a lot on the transfers, getting it into the local currency. Yeah, there's fluctuations, things to consider. Yeah, investment, but it's so tempting to invest locally. Just do your research. You'll be tempted. I mean, you may be tempted to invest in something local. Not saying it's bad, just the regulations are probably going to be different. You just want to be careful. Health insurance, sometimes in Europe, at least, it's a requirement for you moving there, having your insurance. And then your insurance may not be the same as in the US. I know we use, in Mexico at least, we pay out of pocket for most things and just have insurance for emergencies. And then you can use tourist insurance if you're coming back to the US. That's an issue, definitely, to make sure you're covered. I mean, there's some issues if you have pre-existing conditions. In some places like Mexico, it might be hard getting a policy. And if you're over 65 and on Medicare, you may be coming back for certain procedures. Or if you split the year anyway and are doing partial year in some country and partial year back in the US, then you may coordinate that around some of your medical care. Okay. Some other issues, I guess, investment accounts. Usually we're looking at people keeping their investments in the US. There's just a nice regulation system, lots of low cost investment options. It's a very secure system. So most of our clients are keeping investments in the US, except for a local bank account. Depending on where you are in your career, too. This is for people retiring or just having investments. If you're working, there could be reasons to open, and we have clients with local accounts because they're trying to get tax advantaged accounts in the country they're in if they have income from that country or they're paying taxes in that country. Yeah. Um, Yeah, estate planning, just the wills, the powers of attorney. What assets do you have in the US? How do you want to protect them to avoid probate or to pass them the way you want them passed? Beneficiaries, of course. How much time are you spending back in the US? Is it worth having US estate planning documents just in case something were to happen while you're in the US? We have software so you can set that up free, but that's something to consider. And then wherever you are, foreign, whatever country you're in, you'll want you may want documents for powers of attorney, someone to make decisions on your behalf if you're not able to, healthcare, financial, and then of course beneficiaries. Yeah, tax implications can be big, depending on what country you're going to. Okay, this is just couple photos. Let me know if you have any questions. We have a free meeting that we offer, free upfront meeting. You can go to AIO Financial and select schedule a meeting, and we'd be glad to talk to you about your situation. If you're planning, if you're already living abroad, if you have questions around any of these financial issues, we'd be glad to talk to you. All right, thank you. Take care.